Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But you guys, our team builder here for week 15 of P4G. The Minnesota Vikavolts are taking on the Montreal Explouds and coach Knightor in the final week of the regular season. We're sitting at top of the league right now at, I believe, 11-3, something like that. I think we're 11-3 with 1 week to go. So if we win this game, we are 100% guaranteed the top spot in the league. However, if we lose this game, we'll probably lose it out to Leo because we're actually gonna goes by differential instead of head-to-head, which I disagree with, but it's okay. But in this match, we are actually facing the Explouds. They are sitting at 3-11, so they've had a rough season this so far. Our records are flopped around, actually. So, you know, by looking at that, you would think we're going to be all right, but he's got a pretty good team, and you can never count anyone out, so you should have some fun here. And definitely check out Knightor's team in the description. But this is the last game of the regular season, and then playoffs are starting. I don't know if there's a playoff bye. I'll look right now. Let's see. I don't think there's a bye, so it looks like I would play the 8 seed, essentially, who we've played everyone already once, so that's how it's going to work. But let's break down their team and all that good stuff. So Thunderous, Therian form, which is 101 base speed, Volt Absorb, which could be a problem. It can stop my Tapu Koko from volt switching and things like that. Hits really hard. Typically you see like dual dance, agility, nasty plot. I don't think he's gonna bring dual dance. It's really scary if he does. I don't think he brings that. I think he tries to bring like dark pulse and like maybe Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, or U-turn, something like that. Maybe like a more pivoty type set. He's got the Rotom Wash, which is obviously just a big physically defensive, specially defensive monster. It does Volt Switch as well. Can be quite annoying. I think the fact that I have 2 ground types might dissuade him a little bit, but nevertheless, the Rotom Wash is really good with those, with Donphan, Diggersby, things like that, because it can Hydro Pump. You know, Will-O-Wisp is typically what it does. Maybe he runs Trick as well. Serena, which is his Rabbit Spinner, it's his only form of hazard removal aside from Sand Slash, so that's something to note here. Serena, of course, Rabbit Spin, Trop Kick, U-turn, things like that. Pretty standard stuff. Emboar, of course, a very physically offensive monster. Can be run with a Choice Scarf or a Choice Band or a Life Orb. Reckless boosts its attack, and it hits incredibly hard, so it can be difficult to deal with. Haxorus, of course, the Dragon Dancing monster. This thing is so scary when it gets Dragon Dance out because it can rip through your team, so you do have to really play it carefully against Haxorus just because of how strong it is, but it is pretty weak defensively, and it does typically need a Dragon Dance to do a whole lot. You got the Uxie, or Yuxi, which is just a physically defensive, specially defensive monster. Stealth Rock Setter, Hazard, Shenanigans, Knockoff, U-turn. Just really bulky and hard to take down, but it doesn't have reliable recovery, which is nice. Comfey, which is just a really fast fairy type Pokemon that has the triage ability, which allows it to use like its priority through its healing moves, which is kind of cool. I don't really anticipate Comfey coming because I don't think it's that good, but it's something we'll have to keep in mind. And Lucario, which can be physically offensive or especially offensive. Nasty Plot and Swords Dance gets priority, lots of priority. Extreme Speed, Bullet Punch, Mach Punch. I think he gets Mach Punch. Vacuum Wave, lots of priority options for Lucario, so that makes it kind of a threat. He's got the Houndoom, Mega Houndoom, which is kind of weird because Mega Houndoom doesn't really benefit from an ability because it's solar power, so unless the sun is up, it doesn't really do much with its ability, but kind of like Steelix. I wish Mega Steelix had a different ability, but Mega Houndoom is definitely a problem. It gets Nasty Plot. I expect him to run like a Nasty Plot set with 3 attacks, so like Fire Blast or Flamethrower, Dark Pulse, and Sludge Bomb. He could also go 4 attacks and then throw a Sucker Punch on there for Beedrill. I'm thinking something like that. Sand Slash, defensive, ground type Pokemon with Rabbit Spin. And then last but not least, Exploud. Exploud is just a really hard hitting normal type with Specs Boom Burst. You can run a Choice Scarf Boom Burst set, which I don't think makes a lot of sense. And it also is one of his Z Crystal users. Lucario and Emboar are the other 2 Z Crystal users. So that's his team. In terms of what I think he's going to bring, I think we're going to see Thunderous, Rotom, potentially Serena. I think we're going to see Houndoom. I think we're going to potentially see Emboar, Haxorus, Lucario. Those guys, maybe I don't see Sand Slash coming. I really don't. I don't see Comfey coming. I think Uxie's a maybe. I think he could bring Serena though. I think he could because Houndoom and Thunderous both don't like Stealth Rock, so he may try to bring some sort of spinning option, but you'll see what I brought. I got a really cool team this week for our final week. Kicking things off with Beedrill here, which was a star last week, putting up 4 kills, I believe, against Galactic Elliott. Poison Jab, U-turn, Drill Run, Toxic Spikes. Got enough speed for Scarf Emboar. I'm sorry, Scarf Exploud, also Scarf Emboar, but Scarf Exploud, also speed for things like Houndoom and Thunderous, things like that. Poison Jab, U-turn, Drill Run, very nice. Toxic Spikes is there to wear down his team. If I feel that he brings like some bulky stuff like Sand Slash or whatever, it might be a good idea to have Toxic Spikes. Probably won't even use it, but it's there. I didn't really feel like Knockoff was all that necessary, but Beedrill can definitely just clean his team. He has really nothing good for Beedrill. Like, once I chip down the the Lucario, he's got nothing for Beedrill, so there's that. One thing to note here too is I have 124 defense EVs, 124 speed, and 252 attack, so mostly physical defense. That allows me to take Sucker Punch from Houndoom a little bit better. Does about 50% if he's not invested. We've got our Latias here, Roost, Calm Mind, Saw Shock, Dragon Pulse with the Soul Dew, enough speed to outspeed Thundurus, basically. This thing is designed to take hits from a number of things, including Emboar, really nicely. It can also take on the Rotom, it can take on the Serena if he doesn't bring HP Ice. He probably brings Dark Pulse, I think, on Thundurus, but we are faster than that unless he's like Scarf. You know, we can take a hit from Exploud and fire back, and we obviously can take on the Lucario relatively well, so those are some things there. Got to be careful around the Houndoom, but we should be able to put in some work. If we can get some Calm Minds up, we basically can win the game with this dude. The next Pokemon is Jack. I think it's his debut because we tried to bring him 1 week and then we got a forfeit because my opponent didn't play the match. But I think Jack is the first week. Foul Play, Will-O-Wisp, Leech Seed, Synthesis, Max HP, Max Defense, basically. Frisk reveals items, which is very nice. Foul Play is awesome to hit a lot of things on his team, including Haxorus. This is my primary Haxorus switch-in. It's also my primary Sandslash switch-in. It takes on Rotom really well because I don't care about being burned. I don't have any physical attacks. I'm just using Foul Play. You know, and we can switch into Sandslash as well if you want to knock me off. That's fine. Leech Seed things. It's a beautiful thing, and it stops Serena from rapid spinning. So if I do get up those Toxic Spikes, really nice stuff there. I can stop him from rapid spinning. I have to be careful though with Serena U-turning and Rotom Volt switching and stuff, but Leech Seed usually kind of helps with that because at least the Pokemon, they're not coming in necessarily for free, and things like Haxorus has to be really worried about getting burned. He could bring like a Lum Haxorus, but even so, like Haxorus at +1, he can't run Outrage, he has to run Dragon Claw, and like he can't break through Gourgeist. He probably runs like Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Poison Jab or something like that, and I just don't think it's going to be enough to break through Gourgeist. We've got Tapu Koko next, who I almost left out this week, but I figured it was actually worth bringing. Timid, same thing, enough speed to outspeed, max speed, Scarf, Exploud, and things like, you know, Houndoom. Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt, U-turn, Calm Mind. We've got the Farium Z for our Dazzling Gleam. Obviously, Thundurus can switch into Thunderbolts, but after Stealth Rocks, Dazzling Gleam with Farium Z does one-shot Thundurus. Also gives us something really hard to hit Houndoom if I don't want a Thunderbolt, or like Sandslash, for example, if he brings that as his switch-in. So Farium Z really nice here, Twinkle tackling things, U-turn for Momentum, and then Calm Mind. Like mid-late game, if he's got like Uxie in or Rotom in against us, I just click Calm Mind and I'm like, all right, like you can't trick me or anything. All you can do is hit me with like a Volt Switch or a Hydro Pump. You don't get boosted by terrain. I get a Calm Mind up and then we sweep his team if I find out what his Scarfers are. So really cool stuff there. We've got our Bronzong here, Sassy Bronzong. Don't make me set up Stealth Rocks. Toxic, Earthquake, and Gyro Ball. Max Special Defense, Max HP pretty much. This thing is designed to deal with Exploud. Exploud typically will run Boom Burst and like Fire Blast. This thing can take those hits with no problemo. Get its Stealth Rock up, no problem. Also takes on the Thundurus pretty well. Helps against Rotom, just gives me a switch in there. Serena can take on Haxorus, but he's probably gonna have Mold Breaker, Earthquake, so not too great there. But we do take on like Lucario as well. We can take the Steel type moves and the Fighting type moves, things like that. And obviously Heat Proof is nice there, mostly for Exploud, but it also gives us kind of a secondary switch into Emboar, even though he's still gonna wreck us, so we can Earthquake him, take a hit. And then last but not least is Primarina, who's been an all-star this season. I feel like Primarina, if I look at it, hasn't done anything super crazy. Like Primarina is legit. Let's see here, 8 kills, 9 deaths. I brought it to 12 out of 14 games so far though. So Koko, Latias, Bronzong, and Primarina I'm gonna have brought to 13 out of 15 games each. That is insane. Beedrill will be 10 games, and then the next thing from there is Umbreon at 6. So pretty crazy that those 4 Pokemon have been brought almost every week, and I understand that a lot of people are like, why do you do that? But that's what I mean, you only have 11, so I have to bring 6 to the 11 every week. So yeah, dude, I really feel like Primarina is awesome. Assault Vest is great this week. Moonblast, Scald, Energy Ball, Ice Beam. Ice Beam beats the Thundurus after Rocks. I could take the hit because of Assault Vest. Also gives me something to take on Rotom pretty well. I can take a hit from the Exploud. I can take a Sludge Bomb. Even at +2 from the Houndoom and one-shot it back with Scald. I can take hits from Emboar, which is really nice because I resist its dual stab, fire, and fighting, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I force the Haxorus to Poison Jab me. Serena can beat us, but no big deal. And then I can beat most Lucarios unless he's like a boosting set. So I really, really like Primarina this week. I have to save it though. This game is gonna come down to a few things. It's gonna come down to 1, how quick do I get my Stealth Rocks up? I think that's important. 2, I have to make sure that I just really assess his team at the beginning of the game and say, okay, you know, I need this to cover this, I need this to cover this, and don't let him go down until I get rid of that threat. So like, I can't really let Gourgeist go down until Haxorus is gone, because I'll lose. If he sets up a Dragon Dance and I don't have Gourgeist, I pretty much lose. Primarina may be able to take a +1 poison jab, but generally it's gonna be a problem, you know what I mean? I don't have a Scarf, or I was gonna run like Scarf Latios or something like that to kind of cover the potential Dragon Dance and Scarf Thunderous, but I figured, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Calm Mindset. I think the Calm Mindset can win this game, so I like that setup. So that's our team. I really think we have a good chance to win this one. It'd be awesome to finish the season out, you know, 12-3. That'd be great. Get the #1 seed and head our way to playoffs. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button down below if you enjoyed. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time.
Peace.